Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of shit he had. There's something else that he was selling, and I think he even talked about how like there was no like moving of like units at all yet, you know. But I think he was smart in the fact that it's sitting there, you know. I'm gonna eventually sell this. You might not be buying yet, but you will eventually, you know.
And he told you, boy, he has other things going on too. That's just one of many, you know. It's like all those.
He had like a Subway or some shit too. Like he had like bought and yo. It doesn't matter how you get your money, you know.
As long as you're getting it, you know, you just gotta keep fucking going at it, you know.
That's true. That's true.
That's it. Soulja Boy, we salute you, you know.
Soulja Boy,
Soulja Boy 10. Shit's dope. Shit's dope. And I remember when Soulja Boy's first song came out. I think I was like I don't know, 8th grade, 9th grade.
I think it was like 9th grade. Yeah, that shit used to be popping.
Yeah.
Everyone was doing the dance, you know.
I even got my mom to do the dance, and like having the previous generation in the living room doing this new YouTube dance was a crazy feeling. Like my mom's trying to learn the choreography of this shit, you know. That was big. That was big. And I wonder if I'm gonna be a cool dad, like when I get a little older. Like, am I gonna be hip? Am I gonna be trying to do the Soulja Boy dance with my kids when they're in middle school? You know.
I think you would. I think seeing you, yeah, you probably like do the dance.
Yeah.
But
I like being involved. Like I like knowing what's going on. You know, like kids aren't like animals. You know, they're little human beings. You know, and sometimes they know shit that you don't know. So it's cool to be hip.
So would you stop smoking for fatherhood?
Well, hold on, bro. You're asking a lot right now.
Yeah, I am.
I'm literally rolling up as we speak, and you're asking me if I'm gonna stop when I have kids. Like, that's a tough question. I don't think I've really interfaced with that before. I think about some of my older friends that I used to know who respected the fact that I smoked, but I would ask them, yo, now that you have your own spot, how are you not smoking 24/7? And they would be like, yo, I got other shit going on in my life, you know? And I think that, oh, damn. There might be a point where it's not 100% about weed for me, you know?
Yeah.
But right now, it's 100% about weed for me, bro. Like, that just is what it is. So you're asking me, would I stop? Maybe. Well, let's dig into it. You know, I don't have to. Yeah, I want to explore this. Because I'm curious on how you feel about this. You know, I know I'm 100% 10 toes down in the cannabis industry, and it's
okay. So before you get too deep, then let's give out some shout outs.
Okay, yeah, do you think? Let me finish this stuff. You got it.
Let's give out shout out to Portland, Minnesota, New York.
It was cold in Minnesota.
Ah, yeah, you know, you might have to stop there. Or maybe just smoke a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know. But also give a special shout out to Mexico, Texas. Yo, thank you for holding it down. First time listeners, last time listeners.
Salute.
Yo, we appreciate you guys. But we got to give a special shout out to our main sponsor, the Green Grinders Club. Yo, the most premium grinder you're going to find in the market. And let's not even talk about their trades, yo. You'll get lost into that. But greengrindersclub.com. Now, would you stop for fatherhood?
Right now, it's a niggity no. It's a niggity no, only because I'm not trying to stop my life for fatherhood, you know? I'm not at the point where that conversation makes sense. Like, ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to say no, I wouldn't stop for fatherhood. Instead, I think I would master my habit so that I can smoke at the perfect time at all time. My kid knows, all right, yo, daddy's having his time. Don't fucking bother me, you know? My dad smokes cigars. He enjoys his cigar, but he also is a good grandfather. There are times where, yo, he wants to smoke a cigar and he has to tell, hey, yo, it's right now I'm having my time. Make sure that my baby don't come out here and bother me, you know?
So I think it's more of maybe not smoking in front of your kids more than anything than actual like stopping. Because at the same time, I wouldn't want my kid to see me like passed out drunk, you know, every single day. But at the same time, I can't say I'm gonna stop having a beer when we go to family parties. So why should I have to stop from smoking a blunt, you know, or smoking a joint?
And I think the question is almost implicit. The stigma is almost implicit in the question. You know what I mean? Where people assume that, oh, yo, smoking is like it's a childish, oh, you're going through a rebellious phase kind of shit. You know, like everybody smokes. They have their old college try. It's something I did during my college years. You know, I used to smoke weed, but now we're getting into a new era where, I'm down to hold this shit down for a long period of time. You know, maybe for the rest of my life I might be smoking. You know.
I mean, because to be quite frank, I'll probably smoke a Camel maybe a day or every 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't be chiefing it like that. I'll probably smoke one, if that. If anything, I'll have a bowl at the end of the night.
But it has its place for you.
It does have its place for me. Yeah, I don't wake up and the first thing I'm thinking, I gotta take a bowl. And respect to all those that do. Like, I'm not judging you guys at all. We all have our own rituals. We all have our moments. Some of us have to smoke all day to be able to be functioning throughout the whole day, and that's okay. But for me, I don't smoke like that. I got a lot of shit that I got going on. I got a lot of stuff that I'm thinking about, like what's next for us. I'm constantly like just thinking.
And you don't think that you can do those kinds of things while still like?
No, I've tried.
Right on.
I've tried.
Yeah.
And like, if I really say, I've been really trying to get back into my fucking gym, like really trying to get back to working out, slim down a little bit, and not necessarily because I'm trying to look good for the ladies, but it's more for me. It's more for me, that's really what it is. It's more for my health. And when I wake up and I wake and bake, waking and baking is fire, but I won't do shit for the next 2-3 hours.
And I hear you. Let me approach it this way. What kind of father do you intend on being? Because there are some fathers who you can go like the gender normative route where, I'm just there to make the bread. I'm gonna check in with my kid maybe on the weekends, but first and foremost, I'm here to be the provider for my family, and my woman is supposed to be the one taking care of my shit. Alternatively, you can be a really hands-on. I was just at the park with my niece, and we had a good ass time. I saw a single. I don't know if he was a single dad. I'm painting pictures in my head, But
paint them, bro. Paint them.
I saw a single dad there. I could see the struggle on his face. He had his 4-year-old, and he and I chopped it up a little bit. He asked, how old's your daughter? I'm like, that's my niece, first of all. Like, nah.
You're like, take 5 steps back, go around the block, and then talk to me, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But I told him, I'm like, this is my niece. It's cool that they're playing together, and it was nice to see that he was so involved in his son's life.
Yeah.
That's not the case for a lot of fathers. Motherhood, I think, is a lot closer. You're supposed to be bonding with your kid and all that, but fatherhood, I think it's almost expected that you don't take as big as a role, and societally. This is not what I want for myself. I'm talking about what the norms are.
I get you, and I'm glad we're actually having this topic because I always talk a lot about like my brother and how we didn't have a dad for us to learn how to have that, or even to say I saw how he treated us, or how we grew up with a dad. And that wasn't the case, But seeing my brother, how he didn't want kids at first, and happened to have a kid. Now he has 2. He talks about how their second kid is now 11 months. How when he comes home, his son wants to go to him. When they're just chilling at home on the weekends, his son wants to be with him most of the time. And I also know that my brother puts a lot of time to his kids. Even though, he works his job, he works crazy amount of hours, he also makes time for his kids, I've seen his planner where, he literally has written down from 1 to 4, specifically for my kids, And then from 5 to 6, he's taking a course on what he's doing, for school, for welding and stuff. And, he's making the time for them. And I think as parents, old school ways of thinking, the man, I'm providing and that's it. I don't see myself doing that necessarily, but I don't also see myself stopping. My girl don't even smoke, so I wouldn't have to quit for her either. So it's not like, damn, I gotta support you and not smoking. Nah, fam, you don't smoke, so that's how you, I can still do me.
That's real, bro. You touched on a lot of really great stuff right there. I think when you value that relationship more than you value your own free time, that's big, and I can see myself curbing my habit because of something like that.
Yeah.
But that also kind of reminded me how you said you see him scheduling out his time that he spends with his kid. I watched Pharrell interview. I don't know who he was interviewing with, but he was talking about how when he first started creating, he didn't have much of a schedule. He's like, yo, I just live in the studio. I'm gonna put a studio in my house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do studio time all the time. I cannot imagine any other way to do this, you know?
Yeah.
And then as he got a little bit older and he realized like, yo, I need to find a little bit more balance in my life. I need to cut some time out for my family. I need to cut some time out for work. And if I keep mixing it all together, I find myself really unhappy, you know? Dedicating some time to work, some time for yourself, some time for your family, I think it's a key to life, you know? Balance is everything.
Yeah.
And that's true for cannabis too. Maybe I'm not going to smoke as much as I smoke right now, but that doesn't mean I have to let it all the way go, you know? Like, it has me balanced right now, you know?
Yeah.
And even fatherhood shouldn't curb that. It's about doing it responsibly and setting that good example, you know? If I can have my time when it's time for me to have my time, there's a lot of shit that adults do that kids shouldn't do. You shouldn't be having sex at 10 years old either, you know? Let alone smoking a joint. Like, and both of these things are human experiences. Human experiences. I think it's about the discipline, and I think honestly the stigma weighs a lot in my head when I think about this. Like, damn, I don't want to be the stoner dad, you know, but like what are they going to say about me at the PTA meetings, you know? Like, nah, fuck that. We're in a new era, and we have to be the leaders, you know? The change starts with us. I'm gonna have my schedule on point. I'm gonna have my estate on point. I'm gonna have my kid on point. And I'm gonna be a stoner.
And didn't even Wiz Khalifa say some shit like that about how, when he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, how he was like, yo, I didn't want to show up to school and be like, yo, my dad's just a pothead because he smells like smoke all the time, you know?
Yeah.
I think he even like talked about that a little bit. I also got to spend a lot of time with my niece, who is only like probably 2-3 months old, and I took care of her like the whole time, and I really enjoyed it. And not once did I say, damn, I need a smoke break, or damn, and maybe it's just because I was dealing with her for one day, you know, but I can only imagine like how stressful my sister might get sometimes of just having to deal with them all day, because she has another kid, and he's only like, what, 3, if that, you know, and he's running around all the time. Yo, I'm gonna need my smoke break at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Especially I need my time. Especially if I want to be hands-on, I have to. But would you stop for your girl, though? Because your girl smokes a little bit, right?
She does, but I think she's really starting to, as she gets more career focused, I think the cannabis is becoming secondary to the career, you know? Mm-hmm. I think I'm in a great place where I chose cannabis as my career, so it's not as easy for me to just separate the two, you know?
For you to say that's it.
But just like we were talking about being productive, and how Wiz says, being productive is about how you set your schedule, and not how... If you're letting weed control your productivity, you're going about this wrong, you know?
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I'm not in that position, is what I'm trying to say. But no, I don't think that's a right compromise to make, you know? Oh, my girl wants me to stop smoking, I'm gonna stop smoking. What's important to you, you know? The validation from somebody else or yourself? What does she love you for, you know?
True.
Because
that part.
This is just who I am, you know? And everybody has different release valves. Some people are violent when they get angry, you know? Is that something that you're willing to tolerate or not? That's how they're hardwired. And you can tell them, yo, I don't want you to hit me when we're arguing. Or you can find somebody else.
And so, as a father, and I think it's difficult for us to even think about this because we're not there yet, but how would you feel if your son, I would say maybe, let's say 18 years old, fresh out of high school, going to college, and, you find out that they smoke? How would that make you feel?
I would feel robbed of the opportunity to walk my kid through, I think, a really major turning point in my own life, you know? And I don't think that will ever happen, only because cannabis played such a big part in my kind of coming of age, coming of man experience. Whatever that, there's a phrase for it that it's not sticking, but it was a big part of that transformation for me from a boy into a man, that I want to be able to walk my kid through that.
Boys to men?
Basically, bro, I'm Casey, you're JoJo.
Alright, say less.
But basically what I'm saying is this. I had my first beer at home. I want my kid to have his first toke at home, you know? And I want to be able to tell him, there's a lot of crazy powers. The world's going to tempt you, you feel me? The world's going to tempt you with a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff's going to feel good, and you're going to get a lot of signals from different people that this is the right way to live. But trust me when I tell you that the right way to live is how I'm showing you, you know? You can experience this, and there is a time and a place for everything, but I need you to understand the principles that I had to learn the hard way, so you don't have to, you know? And that includes recreational cannabis, that includes drinking, that includes psychedelics if we ever get to that point, you know? And that includes sex. We have to have mature conversations about sex too, otherwise your men turn into dogs, you know?
Jen, do you think he's ready to have a kid? I think he's ready.
Now knock it off.
He ain't preached it like he ready. He's ready.
Yeah, I'm just laying down the facts, bro. I see the vision. I see what I want for myself. I see what I would have wanted for me. And yeah, it's nice to be able to think of these things before I get put in this position. You feel me?
Yeah, I definitely feel you. Yeah, yo. I think you got a good head on your shoulders and you're thinking straight, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of these cats don't even realize that, yo, they'll be smoking in front of their kids and not even realizing what they're putting in front of them. And not that there's anything wrong with smoking, but I just don't see that kids should be able to see that just yet.
Oh man, I think I've told you this story off mic, and I don't even feel comfortable telling you this story on mic, but it was about the home life of the stripper that I met from Saturday, you know? And just knowing that was what she came home to, and fuck, this is the circumstances that you had to grow up in. I don't want to say no wonder you ended up in the strip club, you know, because I'm not trying to levy judgment, but when you see that kind of adversity at home, it moves your overchin window. It moves the idea of normalcy from what's acceptable to you way to the left, you know? And Shorty went through some shit, obviously. Shorty went through some shit, you know? And yeah, it's up to us to show the better generation, the next generation, how they need to move with shit like this.
Bro, it's only like, it's almost like when people are obese, you know, you're eating so much and you're just going to follow the footsteps of your parents. If your parents are obese, you're more likely to be obese because you see that on a daily, and what you see them eating on their plate, you think that that's the normal thing, you know? So seeing someone smoke a joint, smoke a blunt 3 to 4 times a day, you're going to think that that's the right thing to do, and you're going to try this early on. At least that's what I think. That's my perspective on things on that, you know? I
dated a girl who, she was a foster child, and her foster mom smoked. Her foster mom smoked, like, in the house, around the house, you know what I mean? And I hung out with her, and she smoked too, like in and around the house, around her mom, and it was worked into her idea of normalcy, you know, smoking cigarettes, not even cannabis. But it was weird for me. It was really strange going, hanging out, and having a cigarette with your mom, you know, and realizing that, oh, yo, this is just...
It's normal.
Yeah, like having a glass of wine.
Yeah.
But it starts in the home, man. It starts in the home. Home training. And that's why, that's one thing there's a couple of things I love about being black, but we're really big on home training in my culture. Knowing how to move, knowing how you're being perceived, and having rules and regulations already hardwired and ingrained in here. Crucial to the black experience. So I'm grateful for mom's home training, you know, like, yes sir, being polite, knowing all the rules, bro, all the rules. It starts in the home, man. It starts in the home.
Shout out to moms.
Shout out to moms, real talk. But that's it, man. I don't think I'm stopping for fatherhood anytime soon. But I'm also not planning on being a father anytime soon.
Yeah, I feel that. This was a great topic.
Hell yeah, I had a lot of fun. And this is like our Father's Day episode.
Honestly,
I wish we released it on Father's Day. It's okay. We'll probably drop this one first.
Yeah, dope.
Thank you guys for listening. This was Elijah, the Digital Budtender.
Your co-host, Meyer.
And you've been jamming out to Outsmoking, the world's most potent podcast.
19 minutes.
That was dope. That was fun. Yeah. We found a lot of stuff there.